Hi everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to create a wireless network topology using NSC script generator tool for NS2. In my previous video I had already shown you how to create a wired topology using NSC script generator tool. Hope you all are following my videos. So now let's have a look how to create a wireless topology using NSC. First we need to start NSC. So the commands for starting NSC is java-jar NSC. So in this way the NSC window opens. Now let's go to scenario and select new wireless scenario. So here I'll be making the topology this way. So this is the topology that I'm making, and as I'm showing you how to create a wireless topology, I'll show you how to create the node movements. Just right click on any node, go to waypoint and give the start time when you want your node to move. So here I'll be giving start time to, and the destination is the x and the y coordinate. As node number 1 is already in 541 396, I want it to move to 400 200 at the end of the simulation at the speed of 30. Just add it and you're done. Now I want node number 7 to move at start time 4 to the coordinates 500 400, sorry, 500 400 at the speed of 50. Add it and you're done. Now I want node number 9 to move at the time 6 to the coordinate 800 500 at the end of the simulation at the speed of 60. Yes. Now go to the agent and you need to give whether you want the source and the destination to be TCP or UDP. Here I'll be giving node 0 as TCP and the destination will be TCP sync, and the destination is node 10. I'll be giving node 6 UDP agent and node 9 as the destination for the UDP agent. Now the application, it can be either FTP or CBR. So for TCP I'll be giving the carrier agent as FTP. The start time will be 1 and the end time will be 12. The total simulation will be from 1 to 12. So I'll be attaching FTP to TCP and I'll be attaching CBR to UDP. The start time for the CBR will be 4. Yes. Now as this is done, in the parameter, when you press parameter, a simulation parameter setup window will open. There you will have the simulation where the simulation times the total simulation time I can give is 12. The name of the trace file will be wireless and the name of the NAM window will be wireless. And when you click wireless, you can set up the channel type, propagation model, physical type, MAC protocol type, queue type, everything. Whatever you want you can keep it. The routing protocol that I'll be using here is AODV, and the channel I'll leave it as it is. So once it is done, I click TCL outer and I'll be saving my file as wireless.tcl. So now I go back to my terminal. As I have saved my wireless.tcl in the home folder, I'll be running ns wireless.tcl. So when I run this wireless.tcl, a NAM window opens where I can see my simulation. This is the topology that I created just now using NSC. Now let me start my simulation. As I'd given the start time for TCP as 1, so you can see the source and the destination communicating with each other. The source node to be 0 and the destination is 10, and the route that it is taking is 0 1 3 4 10. And you can see once the packet reaches the destination, it's saying it's sending back the acknowledgement because it's TCP, and you can see the packet drop from destination node. So now you can see and see node number 9, which is changing its position, node number 1 changing its position. As I'd given the node movement, you can see node number 7 moving now. Yes, this is the end of the simulation, and now you can see the change in the topology. As I already told you, I'll be simulating this for wireless network, so I'd set the node movement for various nodes, and now you can see the change in the topology. In this way you can create various simulation using NSG tool. So in my next video I'll be showing you how to trace this wireless topology which I created just now using Tracegraph. Thank you.
Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to execute first TCL script using NS2. So in this script I'm simply creating a variable and printing its value. Now save this file with .tcl extension. So I'm saving this file on desktop. So now I'm opening my terminal, changing my directory, and just simply write ns and file name. So it's printing value. So in the similar manner we are going to execute all the scripts which we will see in the later videos. Thank you very much for watching.
In this session we are going to see that only. So now first thing is we'll update with the step one is we'll update with the existing package libraries like this. These are the packages. So first let's update it. So just copy paste here. It will ask you a password. After giving the password, since I have already installed the software, so no need of panicking it. So it's done. So now next command is sudo apt install gcc hyphen 4.8 and g++ hyphen 4.8. So I need to install both gcc and g++. Now it says you that gcc 4.8 and g++ 4.8 no installation candidate. So what we have to do is, so we have to add this information into the aptitude sources. We have to upgrade it. So what happens is in 18.04 operating system, so this gcc 4.8 was there in the aptitude manager, but in 20.04 it is not there. And even you can see when I try gcc command, gcc hyphen tab, press tab couple of times, you can see gcc 789 and everywhere we have 789, but ns2 doesn't support the gcc version even 5. It doesn't support 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it needs 4.8, at the most 4.8. So we have no other way other than installing 4.8 into our operating system. Now that's what we are going to do in this session. So now next thing what we do is, in the step 2 here we have to install this. So for that first we have to open it using sudo mode. Sudo either you can use gedit or nano. So there are two editors, gedit or nano you can use. So maybe you can use nano here. So nano is a terminal based editor, so you can open directly inside the terminal. Nano etc /apt/ sources.list. So this we have to open it. Okay, so what I do is I will just open it here. Sudo nano /etc /apt/ sources.list. So this is the command. So you can see that debian in.archive ubuntu focal. So focal is the name of the 20.04 operating system. So how do we know is cat etc lsb release. So when you see that, it will show you the code name is focal. In 18.04 it is called as bionic. So in every OS they just name it. So B bionic, then after that C. 18.10 is C, it start with C. 19.04 start with the E, 19.10 start with the F. So that's how it starts with the F, focal. Okay, so 20.04 LTS means long term support. Now these focal parts are available here. See that focal updates and focal updates here and focal updates here. Now in the same thing what we are going to do is, so we have to use bionic here. Okay, so now what we are going to, at the end of this line we are going to write deb space http in.archive.ubuntu.com/ubuntu space bionic main universe. So this we are going to read. So then see that you can have focal backports here and we have focal everywhere here. So focal, similarly here what we are going to use is bionic main universe. So this line we will be using it in our thing. I'll just copy paste it, copy, and once it is done I'll just use it here. Include the following line. Okay, so in the above file include the following line. So after included, just exit it, Ctrl X, and yes, save it. Yes, in case if you don't use sudo here, it won't be saved, so it will be giving an error called as permission denied. So please ensure that the file will be opened using sudo. Now after we have done it, sudo apt update. The simple command is sudo apt update. This is the command next. Now see that it includes bionic as well. So it includes bionic as well as focal. So now it will download both 18.04 packages as well as 20.04 packages, but we need only GCC 4.8 and G++ 4.8. So now next command is sudo apt update. Okay, the next command, yeah, it is done. So now what we do is sudo apt install GCC hyphen 4.8 and G++ hyphen 4.8. It should come now. Now see that this package is now included. Okay, now press yes. Okay, so very simple. So sudo apt install gcc hyphen 4.8 and G++ hyphen 4.8. Okay, so very simple logic. So now once it is installed, we can see I will show you the GCC commands. So GCC will be ready. So step 2 is done. Now step 3 is unzip the packages to home folder. Unzip the NS2 packages. Okay, now it is done. Now you can see GCC hyphen tab. Press tab. Now you can see earlier we have seen 789. Now we are seeing 4.8 as well. Similarly, G++ also we can see 4.8 also there. 4.8, 7 and 9. All the three are available here. So a very simple logic here. Now we have to install NS2 here. Now usual procedure, as I already told you the procedure, anyway I just brief it again. So I already downloaded the software here, CP NS all-in-one 2.35. I'll copy to my home folder. See that I have copied here 2.35 into my home folder. The command is tar zxvf ns all-in-one hyphen 2.35. So just unzip it using the command. So what I do is using this command tar zxvf ns all-in-one hyphen 2.35 dot tar dot gz. So after you get it, we will be going inside ns all-in-one 2.35. So then command cd ns all-in-one hyphen 2.35. So once it is done, we have to make some changes here. So what are the changes here is again we will go with ns 2.35 as well. Then gedit makefile.in. So there's a file called as makefile.in. Just search with capital CC. You just search with capital CC. See that we have CC here. So in this C compiler will be, by default compiler will be GCC 9 version. It won't be. So we have to replace the command with GCC 4.8. Similarly for CPP, so you can see CC and CPP. For CPP I can use G++ hyphen 4.8. So we need both these things to modify. So in this is the first makefile we are going to do the modification. So what we do is here it is. So here ns hyphen 2.35. Okay, modify the following makefiles. So first makefile is within ns hyphen 2.35. The command name is makefile.in. This file you have to modify. So whenever you want to open the file, use the gedit window to open this file. Okay, now this we have done it, and what we have to do is change at cc at to GCC hyphen 4.8. Then change at cxx at to G++ hyphen 4.8. Okay, so this way you have to modify it. Not only here, there's another place here, NAM. So we'll show that also. So I'll just close it. Then I'll open it in gedit. So what is NAM? So the NAM file also gedit makefile.in. So in the NAM also we have CC here. See CC here. We have to again change it to GCC hyphen 4.8. Similarly here G++ hyphen 4.8. We'll be changing these two lines. So okay, so this we have to change it. This is in NAM 1.15. So NAM hyphen 1.15 makefile.in. So this also we have to change it. So this we have done, change it done. So save it. Then again OTCL cd OTCL. Here also gedit makefile.input. Now here also we need to change CC here. GCC hyphen 4.8. And we'll check it CXX, not the CPP. So there is no CPP here, it's only CC alone. Okay, so fine, no issues. Then similarly wherever possible you can change it, even in xgraph also. cd xgraph and gedit xgraph, sorry, makefile.in. Yeah, here we have to change it. GCC hyphen 4.8, control F, CXX, it's under CPP. Yeah, CPP is there, so again we have to change it to G++ hyphen 4.8. okay, so we have done it at multiple locations. What are the different locations is NAM, then xgraph hyphen 12.2 slash makefile.in. then one more thing is OTCL hyphen 1.14 slash makefile.in. change in all places at CC at to GCC hyphen 4.8 and at CPP at or at CXX at to G++ hyphen 4.8. so this we have to do the change. So once we have done the changes, then final change is there. Open the file ns hyphen 2.35 slash link state slash list.h. I'll check it. gedit link state ns hyphen link state ls.h, not list state is ls.h. so this ls.h in this file, change at line number 137 this line. So I'll go to 137. so line number, this is the 137. so this line copy and change the line 100 from this to this. so in that case what we do is we can change it to erase from this to this dot erase. so this pointer we have to use it for this thing. so we have to use this dot erase here. so this is the one change we have to do. okay, so this dot erase. so this is what we'll be doing here. so after the change is made, now all changes made. so now step number, so we have already done it, step number 3. now step number 4. step 4 is open a, again maybe we can open a new terminal. for confusing it, open a new terminal, then go to cd ns hyphen all in one hyphen 2.35, afterwards dot slash install. so the command is done. okay, now I'll try this. I'll open a new terminal, then cd ns all in one 2.35 dot slash install. so since as per the changes what we have made the GCC compiler to 4.8, this should be compiling without any errors. so once it is done, we have to set the path. so once the path information is set, our installation is done, so we can make use of it. but maybe after this installation, xgraph might be giving you some errors. I have already have another video on how to resolve the xgraph installation. You can refer that video as well. so now I'll just pause the video. after it is getting installed, I'll just again play the video. Yes friends, so now you can see it got installed. so ns all-in-one package has been installed successfully. so now it's completely installed. so now what I do is I need to put the path information. so this is the path. so please put into your path environment. so from here to here I'll just copy. so please remember, don't copy any blank space or anything, it will be an error. so just to copy it here. so after copying it, what you do is open it using gedit dot slash dot bash rc. so this is the name of the command you will be opening it. so already I have a path information for some other software. let's go to the end of this path, colon control V. so I just copy pasted this path here. I need to export one more path, export ld underscore library underscore path. so load the library path. so again I'll come to the terminal here. so here you can see LD library path. So from here to here you copy. So the file separator is, field separator is here, not comma, it will be colon, so you have to replace with colon. So what you do is, so here we have OTCL 1.14, after that we have a comma and we have blank space, so remove the blank space, use this comma. Okay, so what we have to do is, I've done it. So step file is, so this is step 5. So step 5 will be set the path. So what you do is, so we have our command here, I'll just use this file. So from here to here I'll just copy. In case if you have not tried anything, so what I do is I'll just use dollar path is very important here. So from here to here you just copy, so don't give any blank space here, blank space should be avoided. So you open the file using set the path is, open a new terminal. So open a terminal, then go to this file in gedit. No need of sudo here, so you can directly go gedit dot bash rc. This is the name of the file. The name, the file doesn't have any name, it's only have extension called as dot bash rc. Okay, so once you open it, paste the following lines. But here in this case my name is here is home Pradeep Kumar, so in your name you might have installed some other name, so use that name here. Instead of Pradeep Kumar you can have your name here, so your username, so this you can install it here. Similarly everywhere you can use it. So Java home not needed, so only this thing. So wherever Pradeep Kumar is there, you can use your username. So whatever login you are using with for Linux, the same name you can use it, so that you need not use my name here. Yes, done. So once you have done it, then better you log out and login back. So log out and login back, or else go to the terminal, you can use dot source dot bash rc. This you can give. So either this command or this command you can give this. So now I'll just try this out. Source dot bash rc. Okay, so once you have done, then I can use ns. So now ns is installed, so I got a percentage symbol, so ns hyphen version, so ns, and then name, network animation, so the window also gets opened. cd example, cd tcl, then cdex, then I can use ns wireless hyphen mitf dot tcl. A simple example, it's running nav wireless underscore mitf dot nav. So working fine. Yes, the network is working fine. So thank you very much for watching this video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share. Thank you very much.
Hi friends, welcome to Engineering Clinic. So today we are going to see a topic on installing Network Animator and Xgraph in Ubuntu 18.04. So you can refer my previous video on installing NS2 on Ubuntu 18.04. So I will be giving in the comment description line this URL. I will be giving the description. You can refer this URL for the first instruction. So anyhow I will be doing it from the beginning, so that you can use this complete instruction for it. So first what you do is you just check it here. So we have NS all-in-one packages here. So what we can do is tar ZXVF NS 2.35 dot tar. First unzip it in the terminal. So after is unzipped, we have the folder called as ns all-in-one 2.35. This folder is ready now. So cd ns 2.35. So inside this folder we are now currently. So we have to use /install for installing the complete packages. Before that, we have some statement like ns2 uses gcc-4.8 as C compiler and g++ 4.8 as C++ compiler. So starting from ns2, NAM and Xgraph, all these softwares were comfortable with 4.8 version. So we need to change these settings in the makefile, preferably in the makefile.input. So what we can do is ns2, network animation and Xgraph, all these softwares that comes with the ns2 were comfortable with 4.8 version. The reason being ns2, the latest one was from the year 2011. So after that there was no upgrades or no patches, additional patches, anything was there. So it was comfort. All the time it was around GCC version 4.3, but up till 4.8 it was comfortable. So after it became 5.0, 6.0, 7.0, it was not comfortable. So maybe you can check it here when I put GCC -- version. When you see this, so the current version here is 7.3.0, which is not suitable for ns2, or so many packages have been upgraded. So what we have to do is we have to go for installing this software. So you can see that GCC-4.8, you can see this version. So this version is 4.8.5. so we can do install this software like this. So maybe you can see my previous video. I have given you sudo apt update, so sudo apt install GCC-4.8 and G++-4.8. so you can try out these two before you do the above settings. So this is a mandatory step that you can do first. So maybe I can put it here. So mandatory steps before proceeding the following installation. Okay, so what you can do is first you use sudo apt update. First you do. Next thing is sudo apt install build-essential auto configuration auto make libxmu-dev, then GCC-4.8, or you can use first you try this. If there are any dependencies, let it solve, then finally you can try this. So these are the commands that you need to install before you start this procedure. Okay, so if you want the detailed explanation, you can refer this URL, or this URL you can refer it. This is also my own channel. I have just already given this a year back, and now we will be doing the modifications. Okay, so now what I do is I'll just go here. So 3 places we need to modify. We have to modify at 3 locations. First location is for ns2, we have to go with the ns-2.35 /makefile.in. that is first location. Second location is nam-1.15, I think, makefile.input. The third thing is let me check it. The third thing is Xgraph 12.2. So what do we do is, so we have to change the location 12.2 /makefile. In these 3 places we have to modify to GCC-4.8 and add CPP at to G++-4.8. so we have to modify in one locations. In the above files we need to do the modification. So wherever you find out at CC at will be modified to GCC-4.8, and wherever you find at CPP at will be changed to G++-4.8. and of course, since it is ns2, we have to change another file called as ns-2.35 link state /ls.h line number 137, change erase to this dot erase. This we have to modify it. Okay, so these things we will do now. So what I do here is gedit gedit ns makefile.input. So in this, what we can do, you can see this somewhere here we have seen at cc equal to at cc at cpp equal to at cxx. So what we can do is this g plus plus hyphen 4.8, this top line will be gcc hyphen 4.8. so first change, and don't use any blank space like this. No blank space is to be included because makefile will give a error here. Okay, so first file done. Second connection is gedit nam makefile.input. so in this nam again we have to go and see here we have so gcc hyphen 4.8, then g plus plus hyphen 4.8. this also we have to change it in the nam. The second file correction is done. The third file is makefile.input. so in this what we do is see it will be somewhere in the end. You can see here, yeah, here we have gcc hyphen 4.8, and here we'll have g plus plus hyphen 4.8. okay, so we'll be doing it. 3 connections we have done. Now what we do is we'll go for installing. Simply type the value install. So now this will take some time, let's say up to 5 minutes to install all the packages. So we will not get any errors as such. So maybe I will just pause the video for some time, and after it is installed I will just enable the video again. Thank you. Yeah friends, back. So now it got installed. It gave me an error on this dot erase in between, so I could not show this to you. So I just did this connection. So here in the ns 2.35 link state ls.h, so instead of like this I change it to like this. so this is how this error has to be changed. This I have already changed it. okay, so this error it was giving. So now what we do is we have to set the path here. So please put home networks and bin up till this. You have to set in the path. Copy. So to set the path we have to go to a folder in a home folder. So cd dot bash rc, the name of the file is dot bash rc. Set the path and ld underscore library underscore path. okay, in dot bash rc file, preferably in the home folder. so in my name here it is home networks slash dot bash rc, this file. so open this file. so this file doesn't have any file name, but instead is having only extension name. so the name of the file should be opened this way, as you see, gedit space dot bash rc. so once you open, so you can see that export path equal to $path and paste the entire path after a colon. so colon is a field separator or the path separator. so first path, after it is over, again a colon. Second path, again another colon. Third path. After it is done, we have export ld underscore library path. so here we have, after the separator we have to have a colon here. so this I copy from here. Yeah, ld library path from here, but you can see there is a comma over here. This comma has to be comma and a blank space to be replaced with a colon. This is what I have done it here. so after it is done, the terminal can be restarted, or you can restart your machine or log out and log in back. Once you log out and log in back, when you type ns, it should work. so you can see this is working now. nam. okay, now I need to source it. source dot bash rc, because I didn't restart it or logged out, so I use this. so ns, now it's working. nam, this also working, and xgraph. so I am getting an error. so what I do is, again I will go to cd ns 2.35 ns cd xgraph. so we got a file called as xgraph. yeah, so now you can see this xgraph is working fine. So from this here, this there is a file xgraph here in this folder, it is working. So 14253647 and control D. So you can see the xgraph is working. So there are two versions of xgraph. So now I will put where is xgraph. It will show you the location of xgraph. So xgraph is in user local bin and this file. Now this file we will replace with this, because this user local bin is the file directly when you type xgraph. This file is taken only from this link, but we have our local link here. So what we do is we will replace this file here. So what we do is from this folder sudo cp, that is copy xgraph, then user local bin and ask for the password. After it is done, and it is done. Now when you type xgraph, yeah, now we can see 354 2.6 6 4.7 7 8.0 8 7.6 control D. So you are getting the graph. So hope we have installed NS2 NAM and xgraph in the OS Ubuntu 18.04. So thanks for watching Engineering Clinic. Subscribe to Engineering Clinic and click the bell button to get the updates. Thanks for watching. In case if you want to see my website, you can use .nsname.com. Thank you very much.